All right, they're still yapping. We got forever. All right, I got a real good one. Chat. If you don't know who this is a goat right here, Kelski. Kelski, I think, is the reason I even tried the finals. I think this was literally one of the reasons I ever decided to try the finals. And he has this video said, "I'm sick and tired of dead games. Lock in." Drinking in a gifted.
My hands are sweaty. I'm already nervous.
I never played this.
It's a scary sound.
I forget what game that is.
What are you doing?
Containment breach or something? I don't know.
What? I'm playing Lethal Company. What does it look like?
Lethal Company.
Haven't you checked the Steam charts? Why are you playing that? It's a dead game, dude. Why is he still playing? I just said it's a dead game. He should have stopped. Started arguing with me over it. Something No. Maybe he...
As someone who played Overwatch for many years, I think I understand this on a spiritual level.
Maybe he just didn't hear me. I'll try it again. Why are you playing that? It's a... Wait, what are you doing?
I hate dead games. And not in the general sense of what you probably classify as a dead game. Concord. I remember Concord. Remember Concord. That's a dead game. I remember. More specifically,
I feel this way about when people talk about Black Widow and Rivals and they say Zaza. That's how I feel about it.
I hate the way that gamers talk about dead games. The confusing, vague description of what a dead game even is in the first place. In the current era of games getting shut down left and right.
Yeah, that means you too, dickhead. Yeah, that's right. Go ahead. I don't care if you're a good studio. Go ahead and untrailer your game.
I see where he's going with this already, and I'm already inclined to agree.
Getting 100,000 players on Steam right now, and only 14,000 viewers on Twitch.
Well, I'm pretty sure that actually kind of did fall off now. I'm like 90% sure. I gotta go check. Hold on, I need to be a Steam charts, Andy. Okay, little different since then. Little different.
Damn.
It's significantly lowered now.
That's basically hospice care. Baldur's Gate 3 is only getting 74,000 players daily.
And see, like a single player game, if you ever come to a single player game and go, oh, only so many people are playing it, fuck you. I did stop. Especially like years after release, stop.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that about a 92% drop in players? What are these idiots doing? How could they fumble this bad? Crimson Desert only has 90,000 people playing it? At 1 o'clock in the morning? I guess they named it Crimson.
I know he was making this video, obviously having like relevant titles, but now like months later, they're probably a little bit lower. BG3 might not be, but anyone who's like that about single player games, I just can't take you seriously.
Desert because the player base
Online games, different.
is as dry as a desert. Golly, it's starting to get really hot outside again, isn't it? Dead game has become one of the dumbest phrases in gaming, and people throw it around like they're stock analysts standing over a line graph, trying to determine if fun is still legally allowed to exist under a certain player threshold. Those two words have completely and utterly lost all meaning.
That's very true, actually.
A game is only alive if it's constantly getting its asshole pumped with content every week and maintains a player count of 200,000 24 hours, 7 days a week, minimum. Call of Duty is dead. Our
Rivals would technically be a dead game.
Raiders is dead. Fortnite is dead. Battlefield is dead. GTA's still not out. What is anyone even playing anymore these days?
Marvel Rivals?
42,000 likes. I am superior to these people in every single way. A game can be wildly successful, critically.
I saw literally a Twitter video the other day that was like, basically saying like, all of these games are not real games, and then it was like a bunch of like single player classics, like Last of Us. Oh my god, what's the one with Aloy? I forget her name. Life is Strange, like a bunch of games. It was like a bunch of like older but good games, and they were like, these aren't real games. And I was like, dude, like people have horrible tastes, horrible, and they're mostly just Horizon Zero Dawn. They're just afraid to try other shit. But we also live in a place where if you do try other shit and then go, no, this isn't good, people will go, well, fuck you, you're stupid. So it's like, there's a reason why you have so much shit flowing around. It's because like the shit will never clean itself up. It's just more people adding to the shit.
adored,
Just more
financially
of a shit
secure,
stew.
beloved by its community,
I played Cyberpunk a few weeks ago, and I didn't get a single other person when I was on Dead Game.
still actively played by
True.
tens of thousands of people, and still some glue-sniffing goblin chart cell will still find a way to walk their stinky ass into the conversation with a
Yeah, but the concurrent count is down 84% from its peak.
okay, and? Did you want everyone who first played this game to stay logged in forever? Did you expect every player to
True.
remain cryogenically frozen inside the main menu screen out of loyalty? People like to
True.
make fun of modern games a lot.
Okay,
you
that
know,
one deserved it,
rightfully
though.
So, but I don't think
Yeah.
enough people make
Okay,
fun
we
of
agreed.
modern gamers enough. Modern gamers who, to be completely honest, don't even fucking play video games. The ones checking for real.
There are a lot of people like that just straight up LARP as gamers, and they're not actually gamers.
Realistic fruit physics
There's a
and
lot of 'em.
everything. The ones who cream their shorts at the sight of 4K ray-traced eye graphics. The ones who sit their big back bottom-feeding asses on Twitter complaining about women not having triple D milkers. LARPers.
Twitter's just not real, though.
Grifters. All bringing out 120% of their potential to repel sex. And while we will
Twitter's just really not a real place. Honestly, all the platforms kind of suck now. The only actually let's clear. YouTube's still the GOAT. Twitch still pretty decently goated. It has some problems though, right? It has some problems with like ads, it has some problems with AI, it has some problems with like problematic streamers and whatnot. The streaming space and YouTube are still holding it down. Everywhere else is pretty much cooked though. Twitter's all bots. TikTok is just basically designed to feed you only things that you agree with at all times and never challenges your worldview. And it's just literal brain rot 90% of the time. Instagram is your fucking aunt and uncle on there, just shit talking people with their first full name and last name. Facebook is your grandparents slurring at somebody, full name, last name with a photo of their house and with their street written down in their bio, right? Like it's just a fucking shit show out there.
talk more in depth about those three.
And
Beyond
Threads is just an echo chamber. I don't touch Threads. I don't even go near it.
all those different kinds of chuds.
Like I have Cook Guy now. I have Cook Guy, right? Like Cook Guy just been doing whatever. He's been popping. I was thinking about making him a Twitter page, just to have clips on Twitter because people do that all the time. You have all those like fan pages, right? Like it'd probably be smart to do, but like it's just dog shit. Anytime I see anyone's fan page, like Agents, Ludwig's, Ron's, anyone's stuff, just dead. It's just garbage the entire time. Check Ignite. We got time, I think. It's just garbage. It's genuinely just garbage the whole time.
There is one thing that your average modern gamer has become absolutely, undeniably obsessed with. Something that has permanently warped the perception of this medium beyond repair. A single word. Updates. Updates. Oh, they can't get enough of those delicious patch notes. Human beings naturally like novelty. We like new things.
I'm
But some of
interested-
y'all be acting like
I'm interested in this
starved
take.
peasants if the game you're playing for only 10 hours a week doesn't come out with a new multiplayer map every single day.
Spare an update for a
There's people unironically who think Rivals doesn't give enough updates. I'm so serious. There is a group of people out there who thinks Rivals doesn't have enough content. I'd say Rivals is the leader in modern gaming with content. They pump content faster than anyone else. We are so spoiled in that game, like ridiculously so. I cannot get this take out of my head. Last season we were talking about content and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, I'd like to have more maps, but like I get it, And somebody was like, someone looked me dead in the eyes from chat and was like, Flats, I can't believe you're not backing people that we should have at least a map every half season. With a hero release. We should get a hero and a map every season. I was like, well, we get 2 heroes a season. They're like, oh yeah, it should get one at the same time. And I was like, on top of all the other stuff too? Like, we live in La La Land.
suffering gamer.
Equating a game's quality to the frequency of content updates. And look, I like updates too. New content is nice. Ongoing support can be great. It's been to the benefit of numerous games, allowing for some insane comeback stories. But somewhere along the way, a huge chunk of the gaming audience developed live service brain rot so severe that they no longer see updates as a specific subcategory of gaming. They see it as the bare minimum minimum requirement for any game to justify its own existence. It has broken
That's kinda
people's
true,
understanding
actually.
of what a game is allowed to be. Finished.
Yeah, that's true. I respect the game that comes out and it's like, this is everything. It's all in one package. Boom, here you go. I think that's why indie games have done really well this year. Hold on.
Finished. Ever since Fortnite set the high bar
All right.
of what a live service game could be, now every game is expected to behave like a live service title, even when it clearly isn't one. Games
Dude, I haven't played Fortnite in so many years. Is Fortnite even still good?
you used to love have been forced to
I recently saw a clip of people trying to finish an end game in no build, and everyone had Reinhardt shields, and it was awful looking.
turn into live service slop, forced to fight
Is it
in this
fun?
never-ending
Really?
battle of
Okay.
numbers trying to stay afloat. A battle that most developers don't have the manpower to afford to keep up for very long. Mid-season refreshes, new cosmetics, new meta shakeups, new roadmaps, new patch
My problem with updates is the games that package content as a shop update. Like, that's what they're excited about. Like, we have a big update for you this season. We're going to give you, like, all this content. It's a bunch of skins. Stuff to buy. It's no content. It's literally a shop.
notes, new "We hear you" developer statements typed by some exhausted community manager whose soul left his body back in 2023. Since shareholders only speak in currency, they don't understand the workload it takes to keep up this kind of parade for very long. Like, Guang Guang got them Marvel Rivals devs locked up in those offices 3D modeling skimpy character skins while their families are hanging up missing person posters around the
Oh, but when I talked about how they probably fucking work way too much and they're probably actually working extra overtime because China practices are different, I was a stupid bad guy. When somebody outside the space who actually understands gaming and understands game development says the same thing, no one bats a fucking eye.
neighborhood. Halo. Oh my beloved Halo has been getting gutted inside and out because of this business model, and I just had to sit and watch it happen. But they themselves,
Bro, Halo's literally been pimped out to like every gaming company. It's kind of fucking sad. Yo, Con Candy, thank you, Big Five gifted. Appreciate you a ton. Also, Total Dweeb, sorry I missed that. Thank you, 18 months as well. Appreciate you.
did the game as a live service game. The
Try to
next
get some
10
issues, thank
years
you.
of Halo, something truly infinite. Yet they very quickly proved that they actually made a little typo in the game's name. Haha, you put those silly 2 little letters there. Ah, now it's accurate. Now, I'm not trying to turn this into a live service rant because that horse has been long since atomized. But while the suits are demanding the live service slot machines stay churning, it's mostly because the people are eating that shit up like some free Krispy Kreme donuts. And after all
I
that
want a
slop
Krispy Kreme
10 is
donut.
digested, what results is the curation of this toxic cycle of players addicted to that live service
Wait, whatever happened to the mobile game from Overwatch? Is that out?
sugar, and developers struggling to keep up with their fat ass demands. It
Are people
poisons
actually
both
playing
the
it?
producer and
Wait, I just remembered that. I forgot about
the
that.
consumer, birthing the world's strongest video game chuds. And now we have to deal with these communities of people who genuinely think like, if your game doesn't come out with updates fast enough, then you just met the condition to activate my cursed technique. Malevolent metrics, turning every player loss into a slash attack with a guaranteed hit effect. But it doesn't matter because, well, it's
No, these are
obviously
one.
profitable. There's a reason why companies keep trying it. And whatever.
Chaz,
right?
is
Let
starting
them
yet?
shoot themselves in the foot and make them learn their lesson. But even if you don't play live service games, oh, you're not safe from this discourse, buddy. I see you hiding over there. You're right there. Like, you're not. I can see.
Now you can't see me. You can't see me. Hold on, I gotta go back and check.
Navi. I mean, these teams got a
They're still fucking yapping. I'm sorry. Okay, back to it.
The live service SCP has breached containment and its infection has been spreading everywhere. The fact that there are some people who genuinely apply live service logic to single player games is genuinely psychopathic. In a few months, when
True.
Crimson Desert
I completely could not more wholeheartedly agree. I'm so sick of it because games that are single player, you're supposed to play through the whole thing and then not play it anymore. You're done. Unless you're into modding. That's different.
player numbers start dwindling, I guarantee you're gonna see people frothing at the mouth saying, look, see, I knew Crimson Desert is a bad game. It fell off. Dead game. Trash.
I actually didn't see that, to be fair. We're a couple months in the future. I didn't see
Congratulations,
that.
buddy. You just learned the concept of finishing something. People beat the game and move on. The product was consumed. The meal was eaten. Would you call a restaurant dead because people finished dinner and went home? Actually, some of you probably would. Yo, dude, you see the concurrent player count on Denny's last night? That shit is cooked. The developers of peak.
I mean, why go to Denny's when you could just go to IHOP? It's clearly superior.
Indie companies Aggro Crab and Landfall Games had to publicly call out some nerd complaining the game wasn't receiving updates fast
It's an online game for $10. It would be so nice to get new biomes or features. That's how the gaming industry works these
enough.
days.
To which these GigaChads replied, neither of us or Aggro Crab are live service studios. Any update is a bonus, not a right. Clapping back with the truth.
Oh, I remember that actually.
So hard that it deleted the original tweet from existence. Lots of people don't know this, but Peak was
I remember this. I think people were upset about the BB Nose concert with Iron Mouse. And they were like, oh my God, we're getting this fucking slop instead of more updates. And they were like, we don't have to give you shit. Like, I remember, like they were straight up like, we don't have to give you anything. You already bought the game. That's it. That's supposed to be it. That's it. Like, this is all bonus. This is bonus content you're getting. I was watching this video before. I want to finish it. I'm going to back up like 10 seconds. Basically, it's about how people always say every game is dead. Lock in.
so hard that it deleted the original tweet from existence. Lots of people don't know this, but Peak was a game jam game. Game jams are basically contests where developers have to make a game within
Wait, Game Jam.
a certain time
Didn't
frame.
like Pirate Software used to do those? Is
to
that what you're
really
talking
breed
about?
creativity from constraints
Or does like
and
other people do
pressure.
them?
This game was made in a month. The developers themselves weren't expecting how much it would have blown up. Yet despite that, this small indie company still gave out free updates and content for the love of the game, and they still got shit for it not being enough. What's crazy is even though I
True.
personally think Fortnite started this train wreck, they themselves are
Is that the GTA train? Wait a minute, you can't stop the GTA train.
literally becoming an example of how this business
Oh, a lot of
model,
people do them?
the
Okay.
concept of a forever game, is not immune to
100
being
Thieves 1, 100 Thieves 1.
eroded away by the sand
Fortnite developer Epic Games lays off. I want to move myself back up top. 1,000 employees blaming downturn in engagement. Don't they actually like just pay like create like there's like a creator program now? Not like, you know, like creator codes, but it's like almost like Roblox now. Where like people build like game modes or build maps or stuff like that, and then they get paid off that.
of time.
That
and
probably
corporate greed.
is a
But
pretty big drain.
unfortunately, the damage has already been done. And now you have people angrily pointing at Peak, calling it a dead game as if
Oh,
it was supposed to last forever. I played Peak. I had a great time with it.
fun fact, I played Peak one time off stream. It was when I met Shay's friend group, and I played with them, and we beat it the first time. Our first Peak run, I made it to the Peak, and I never played again. That was really
Do I play it anymore? Nah, not really, no. Because I got my experience out of it and had a great time. That shit was like $7 or something, man. But for some people, getting dozens upon dozens of hours of entertainment for the same price as an in-and-out combo just doesn't cut it. But there's only 40.
I've always thought about that, right? Like, if a game is like $20, like, bro, I would spend more than $20 at like a coffee shop sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, if it's a game to play with friends for a couple hours, even hell yeah, I'm in. You can't even go to the movies for $20.
1,000 people playing it. Holy fucking nerd alert. Can we talk about that word real quick? Only 40,000 people. That's what some chart cells classify as a dead game. Some of you hear only before a number larger than the population.
I think it is kind of fair to say only, right, when it's a matchmaker game where you need multiple people to all come together. And it's like all-time player, concurrent player, is it Steam only? Is it console only, right? Like, that's where you can kind of get into an issue where it kind of matters a little bit. But overall, though, yeah.
Of several towns,
I
you
understand
don't
what they
realize how batshit insane you sound. Only 40,000 players. Brother, that is a functioning society. That is a zip code. That is enough people to fill a small arena and still have pickup artists filming in the parking lot. There's some
God.
dinosaur simulator game called The Isle. Fucking
Wait, isn't this happening right now? Aren't people playing on? I saw some clips that like there's like a streamer server where people are like RPing as dinos on a server.
that
Like,
game averages like 15, 20k people daily. Thousands of little dickheads running around as raptors. Since when, as a
Little
society,
dickheads.
did we start classifying communities of this size as dead, deceased, gone? Bitch, what do you mean? I'm growing my stego right now. Helldivers
Isle is your
2
guilty
averages
pleasure?
about 50K
What?
players daily. That's roughly 90% less players than its all-time peak.
I mean, okay. I think when people say dead game, they're just misconstrued because I think that it's Helldivers is a good example. It had multiple controversies, so people will say. I think the proper terminology would be terminology would be fell off, right? Because like they had so much and then they kept fucking up, and then they lose a lot of people's like trust. I think that's different than, you know, a game that has natural decline and doesn't have as many problems. Like people don't care. You know, like Rivals is a good example. Like Rivals was like 800K or 700K players. Now it gets like 100 to like 150 like on an update. But you wouldn't say it like it's a dead game. Like it just doesn't even make sense. But it definitely lost a large chunk because just people stopped playing with it. They didn't like the patches or whatever, but they didn't do anything wrong per se. So people will just like let it slide.
People call this a dead game. Who the fuck are you that 50,000 people isn't considered a healthy number? You can't even get 5 people to do a Destiny raid together. Right now, there's this weird cultural inability to let a game simply exist
Destiny.
at any point between industry-dominating phenomenon and corpse. Like my guy, there's a whole spectrum right there. And not the one that
True.
you're on. This era of
True.
short sales, pocket watching Steam charts more than actually playing video games has to end, man. Y'all need to get some hobbies. And then
True.
you got the Twitch view counters, which are, in my opinion, worse.
Dude, I literally was dealing with this today. I'm going to tab over right now in real time. Oh, it ended. It ended. Okay, so Overwatch was streaming earlier. And because it was streaming, it had 100,000 plus people watching just the esport. And everyone's like, oh my God, why does that game get so many viewers? And I'm like, dude, it's drops. People are there to get their rewards. If you give people free rewards, they shall come. And it's the same thing every season. If they do big rewards at the start of the season, woof, viewership will go up. As the season goes on, woof, it'll go down. And then before an update happens, if there's nothing going on, it'll go in the toilet. And then guess what? When an update comes, it'll go back up again. If there's nothing new to exciting to watch or nothing exciting to do, no one's gonna watch it. There has to be content. There has to be something that's exciting. So it's like, it's why it goes up and down, and it doesn't mean everything, but it's a good idea of like where you are in the season, you know?
Worse than your average chart sell, because how are you going to attach a game's success to streamers? Especially when all it takes is one person to completely seesaw a game to the most watched category for like a single day.
That is true as well,
Some
actually.
games are just more fun to play than they are to watch, and vice versa. These are the viewer numbers on Twitch for Marvel Rivals.
Rivals and Warframe. And both of these are great games, by the way. I
And
play both.
Warframe. Here are the Steam player numbers. Now, if you do the math here, you know, carry the 0 and divide.
Does Warframe have drops? I don't even know if they have drops.
Compare the two to the quadratic formula, you can see that the answer is it
Think about
doesn't
Link Prime.
fucking matter. Can we get back to having like
They
real
do?
intelligent conversations about video
Okay.
games with actual valid?
I think also Warframe though, like no offense to Warframe, like it's a bit of a harder game to stream / watch because like it's just doing the same thing. Like I don't know about PvP if there is like a whole lot of PvP with Warframe, but like you're just doing the quests and then you're doing your dailies and then you're doing like your runs and your farming and stuff like that. Like if you've already watched like 1,000 hours of it, you've probably already seen everything, right? Rivals, at least you're seeing people interacting constantly, like meta's changing. It's a PvP kind of game. Is there even PvP in Warframe? There is PvP, but nobody really plays it. Yeah, so I don't think of Warframe as a PvP game. I think games that are PvP like COD, Overwatch, Rivals, Fortnite, Valorant, CS are all good examples. Like people want to watch people versus each other because there's more stakes.
critiques beyond just yelling dead game and woke. It's just such a weird, warped perception of
Dude, that guy earlier that I said 2018 Twitter was like better than today because there's not bots running around everywhere, and was like, yeah, because the left was in control.
popularity.
Gosh.
Relating a dead game to, oh, it only
Like, brother, like that was some kind of gotcha.
has 5-digit player numbers. It's not the most watched on Twitch. Well, I never see it on my TikTok for you.
I just realized I probably phrased that badly for the YouTube version. I'm going to say that again. I was saying 2018 Twitter was better because it wasn't full of bots and shit. And someone's like, yeah, you only felt that way because it was in control of the left. And I was like, what? Like, okay, whatever.
Page. That is not death. That is just existing without spectacle. And you know, maybe that's the real reason why people hate it. A game without massive...
Yeah, like CS is a good example. Look at CS's player count.
My
Look
TikTok
at
for
this.
you page. That is not death.
Oh, hang on.
That is just existing without spectacle. And you know,
Oh.
maybe that's
Like CS has the most amount of players. Why is CS not number one consistently? Why is it just chatting? Streamer. Why is it League of Legends, Grand Theft Auto, A Way Out, Special Events, Marvel Rivals, Dota, IRL, Overwatch, then Counter-Strike, Streamer? Why? it has the most players. I don't
The
understand.
real reason why people hate it. A game without massive numbers forces people to confront whether they actually like it without the validation of popularity. No hype, no social...
This is actually worse than the gacha space. Oh, I can imagine. Wait, hang on. Isn't the gacha space, it's more about money, like how much money the game makes? Tell me if I'm wrong. Am I LARPing? I might be LARPing, but I've like seen people arguing about it before.
No algorithm, no giant crowd telling you this is the place to be, man. Come on, it's so cool. Just you and the game. And for a lot of people, that's quite scary. It's like they're still mentally stuck in high school, you know, walking around terrified about what other people think.
Oh man, I wonder if people like my Yu-Gi-Oh shirt.
Wow, that's a really cool shirt. I didn't know you were chill like that. Let's be
I got my
friends.
Yu-Gi-Oh
Grow
card
the
stolen in
fuck
2nd grade out of my
up,
backpack.
man.
I've never recovered.
Do you actually like the game? For a shocking number of people, that appears to be a much harder question than what are the Steam charts saying? But LARPers can't answer that question at all because they don't know if they actually like the game because they don't fucking play the game. Instead of making genuine
Who's that?
question at all because they don't know if they actually like the game because they don't fucking play the game. Instead of making genuine content critiquing titles they've actually experienced, they merely make up imaginary problems so they can grift to a community of people with a combined IQ score of Patrick's pet rock. And it doesn't help either that this Donkey Kong barrel-ass pastry turned Twitter into the rage bait factory where it's profitable
Yo, we're so fucking aligned. It's actually not even
to
funny.
rage bait. It's truly unfortunate because someone out there who isn't chronically online and is actually interested
And then somebody will say the stupidest shit, and then they'll be like, oh, I was just rage baiting. No, brother. No, you weren't. You're a fucking moron. You're dumb as rocks. You just use rage baiting as a way to wiggle yourself out because you realize your fellow man has looked at you with disgust.
in trying a game might come across these opinions or misinformation posts from some troglodyte who has no idea what they're talking about and could actually be dissuaded from trying it. These cockroaches do have an impact on gaming communities, unfortunately, which can affect player counts, which then turns into more ammunition for the grifter. A revolving door cycle of chuds that have zero benefit to this beloved hobby. A literal bull-
I will say though, if a game is good enough, it will power through all of that bullshit noise. But the funny part is, a lot of times you'll see, if it powers through, a lot of those people will flip and then go, oh, actually, that game's great. I always said it was great.
Bulging cancer mass sucking the life out of gaming because they themselves have no lives. Most of these guys have failed relationships, genuinely have brain damage, or have court-documented restraining orders. The best way to handle garbage like this is to just put them in the ignore bin and forget about them entirely, which is harder said than done. Okay, I myself can admit that I cannot resist sometimes pointing and laughing at the pants being pissed, but I'm sure their little chodes feel a sparkle of enjoyment out of the humiliation. So the best thing you can do is to just ignore.
Jesus Christ, this video is on the warpath. Holy shit,
Not
bro
only
is pulling
this
no
era of
punches.
witch hunting games incredibly cringe, but it's also just so vague. Like, what does dead even mean? Dead as in the servers are offline? Dead as in nobody can find a match? Dead as in the devs stop supporting it? Dead as in the player base is somewhat smaller than it used to be? Dead as in it's no longer the main character on social media? Those are all completely different things, yet people use the same phrase for
the answer is
all
yes
of them,
though. Yeah,
and mostly
exactly.
with the intention of just
The answer is yes, because it will be used for all of them.
attacking a game they don't like. And I gotta say, that mindset is infinitely more embarrassing than just enjoying a game with lower numbers. At least the people still playing are actually playing. No, don't get me wrong. Talking about things like player counts and updates are not completely meaningless. I'm not gonna act like they never matter because in some situations.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's trying to say that it never matters. I think if you looked at this and say, oh, he's just saying that it doesn't matter, I think you're being a little disingenuous.
They do. Bungie's Marathon, my love-hate confusing relationship with this game. Stop suffocating me, I need my space. Baby, I didn't mean it. You know I love you. That is an example where looking at numbers can be informative. There can be a genuine discussion in relation to a game's population, especially if said AAA live service game has a gigantic budget, expensive server infrastructure, matchmaking requirements, and shareholders standing behind the devs with the shotgun in a spreadsheet. So if a game's costs aren't equating to the projected player counts, that's a discussion to be had because...
Absolutely, 100%. And I think also it would go one step further where a lot of people feel slighted that played Destiny, thought that, you know, that Destiny deserved a 3/ deserved more attention, and then this game comes along and obviously got most of the attention, and it's like you killed the golden goose for, you know, the shitty duck.
Yeah, why spend $40 on something that could be considered temporary? A game that could actually, one day, die. This all loops back to stop killing games. Where did that lead you? Back to me. The argument that gamers should have protection and rights to games they purchase, and that a game you purchase should not be allowed to be shut down. Keyword purchase. As of April 2026.
But yeah, but now we don't purchase games anymore. We technically buy licenses.
The movement actually backed a California bill that covers a lot of these issues. One point being that developers must include some sort of offline capabilities so people can still enjoy the games they own. Although the terms of what purchasing a game
did that actually get passed
means
though?
has become very muddy in recent times. Some companies try saying what you're buying is like a temporary access key that just unlocks the ability to play the game. A key that they have the right to take away for any reason, which is complete bullshit because it's misleading. Ownership has just been slowly swapped with licensing over time. And the fact that there hasn't been any legislation to make that totally clear.
I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. We're talking about legislation. Dude, there's not legislation for shit. We're like 40 years behind at this point. You know why we're 40 years behind? Because everyone's old as fuck and doesn't... Dude, you couldn't explain what a video game is. Like, if you put this in front of Congress of the U.S., dude, they'd be fucking sitting there arguing if GTA is being able to teach children to kill people, or is it selling enough guns for the NRA? Like, nobody would know what the fuck we're talking about.
Is fucking wild. Like, if you purchase a copy of Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube, you're not signing or agreeing to any legal documents that say, actually, this is a license.
Pokemon Go to the polls. Yeah, no shit.
It's yours. However, now if you purchase a game on Steam or the Epic Game, I never mind, can't even say it. These platforms are still using the same semantic.
I don't want to use the Epic Game Store almost ever either.
But we've been using for acquiring.
Actually, I need to transfer it over. I used to use ZZZ on the Epic Game Store because I didn't want to download the fucking Hoyoverse, whatever the fucking launcher. I gotta put it on my Steam though.
Games for decades now. Purchase. Except now there's a silly little checkmark box you have to click before you can purchase. Well, what does that subscriber agreement mean? Don't worry about it.
You don't want to know.
Yay! If you actually click on this highlighted part, you can find a section called Licenses. And lo and behold, there it is. Valve.
We've gone off the rails, I feel like, a little bit with this video, but I'm cool with it.
License and right to use the content and services for your personal, non-commercial use. Your license confers no title or ownership in the content and services. This is a single-player game, so what the fuck do you mean I don't own it? Again, this lack of transparency is a massive, massive problem. However, let me play a little devil's advocate, shall I? Yes.
Okay.
In a perfect world, every game would have a functional offline component that allows any game, including live service ones, a way to still experience the game.
Live service is a little bit different. Like, how would you play Marvel Rivals offline? That seems almost impossible.
Helldivers 2 is an online-only game. It's not like Helldivers 1, where the game was built upon an automated, self-sustaining system that can last forever. This whole live service galactic war thing with real humans behind the scenes making changes and actively directing the story isn't something you'll probably be able to boot up 20 years from now, but it's because it's temporary that you're able to have an experience like this game that you can't get in a single-player only game that never evolves or changes. We'll never get Malevelon Creek ever again, rest in peace. It was just
I said this back then too, and it still stands.
A gaming moment where you had to be there. But that kind of begs the question, right? Was Helldivers 2 successful because it was built as an online-only community-driven game? Now,
before he answers that, I'm gonna say yes and no, because community online game, yes, you would never be able to get that kind of community in a single player game. Like a game I would say that broke the internet and was like very popular and like everyone widely loves is Baldur's Gate 3. If you haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, I highly recommend you do, because it's like what, $70, $60, and you will get your full value out of that. And you can do modding and stuff after. You can play that game multiple times through and not do everything. That said, though, you don't have the online community aspect other than like, you know, building around like, oh, I loved this character. Oh, me too. Oh, I loved this like this ending. Oh, me too. You know what I mean? Like that's different than like you're interacting in real time.
Does that mean it's completely impossible to have an offline mode? Of course not. In fact, as of making this video, some talented modders came out with something called Custom Galactic War, which enables things like multi-faction battles, deeper player customization, and...
Hold on, I'm gonna pause really quick just to see where am I at right now. Oh yeah, they're still fucking yapping their asses off.
So much more. However, even the CGW team themselves say that it wouldn't have all been possible if it were not for Arrowhead making all of this base game content in the first place, due to its always online, ever-evolving war. It was made in addition to the game, not in spite of it. And even then, it still technically requires an online connection because it still has live liberation stats and whatnot. It's just like separate from the base game. Now, the fact that this mod even exists could possibly imply that sometime down the line, Arrowhead themselves could come out with one final update that shifts the game into a HD1 type of state where it can last forever offline. But it would definitely require tons of resources and a drastic reworking.
And would they really want to even do that too? Like they probably just want to let it go as long as they can.
Of how the game was created, coded, and functions at its core. And hell, you could even argue
and the more content that gets added and stuff, it's going to be
the game would be
even harder to do
fundamentally
that.
different from what it was initially advertised as. So some people could claim misleading marketing, you know, yada yada. It gets messy, right? Foxhole is a game where just on a conceptual level,
dude, this game looks so cool. I've seen so much about this game. I've never played it.
Impossible to play offline or solo because the entire game's premise is that it's a 24/7 never-ending live war where every single player, vehicle, system, everything is controlled by individual people. It's fucking awesome that a video game like this is even possible.
Wait, so what happens if people just like don't do something? Like you just never get supply lines delivered? Like one side just gets crushed and that's GG?
Makes me excited for other things like this that could be made on a
Or is there
grander
always people that
scale,
want to like step it up and do
it
that?
Technically goes directly against the concept of
You
every
lose?
video
So
game
what happens when
ever
you
being
lose?
an offline forever game. Sea of Thieves would not be the same kind of game without being a shared world. Pretty much every MMO ever actually would just not straight up work or be entirely different games offline. Things like Destiny 2 has like campaigns
Is there
and
an
such
ending
that
if you
could be
lose?
preserved in offline content. But what about the more social experiences? The Finals is a multiplayer game so complex and unique, I actually think it would be impossible to code a fully playable offline mode with bots
100%.
that
It wouldn't be
replicate the same
possible.
experience as online.
Because the bots would get stuck on walls and stuff, you know?
There's a lot of nuance here. Something as game preservation isn't so black and
Deadlock
white.
would probably be-
Ultimately, I support the movement
Deadlock
and
might
have
be a
so
bit
much more
easier.
to say about it, but that can be a whole other video, honestly.
Yeah,
The
I was gonna
reason
say
I'm
this is.
talking
I feel like this has gone off the rails a little
about
bit,
it
but
right now,
that's okay.
though, is because to me, this is what real dead game discourse is. The discussion about these products fully and truly being taken away, becoming
I see how it comes together.
inaccessible. Highguard is a dead game. The
Yep.
Day Before is a dead game. Halo Infinite
Wait, is the day before like a just another version of The Last of Us?
is not a dead game. It's on fucking life support, but it exists. All of this other
Worse?
grifter, LARPer, chart set
It was a scam? What?
bullshit. I'm tired of that discourse. Dead game
Oh, is
discourse
DayZ but a scam?
is dead. Overall,
I don't remember,
I
no.
hate player count brain, I hate live service psychosis, and I hate the idea that a game has to be endlessly updated, permanently dominant, and algorithmically certified fresh, ISO speed approved in order to be considered worth a damn.
Hey,
Maybe
what's
it's just
speed do?
kids who haven't learned what mortality is yet, spewing all this shit online, but if you're a grown-ass adult who still
I think it's children, but it's also bots. And I think bots influence children, and children influence the bots.
has live
It's like
service
it's a
brain rot,
never-ending
let me give you
cycle.
one last tug back into reality. Nothing lasts forever. No game stays at its launch peak forever. People
Wait,
move on.
wait,
Culture shifts.
wait, I know that game.
Audiences splinter. And you know what? That's okay. That doesn't erase what it
That is
was.
true.
It doesn't erase the fun that people had with it. It doesn't mean it was a failure.
Dude, I never played that on stream. Me and Shay, that was actually, I've told you guys before, me and Shay's like dating game, like we were dating, like we'd play Schedule 1 off stream.
Normalize the idea of playing a game.
So I've beaten it
experiencing
technically, but you guys never saw me play it.
creating fond memories, and moving on. Everyone is so fucking angry, constantly bickering about my game is more popular than your game, and then a month later,
Dude, I don't even have to say anything. This is legitimately just cinema.
the numbers and arguments completely flip. Stop dying on hills that are constantly shifting.
Bro, and I got, dude, every time I've ever talked about that, crucified. Every time.
Play what you love. And
Because you can't hold the individual fucking Twitter user or whatever accountable. It's
hopefully
impossible.
one day in the future,
They're
you
not
won't
real
have
people.
to worry about a game you enjoy.
they're figments of our
actually
imagination.
Dying, but you know we'll cross that bridge when we hopefully get there. Smiling Friends just ended recently, and as much as I love that show, I'm thankful, because in an era where everything is marketed to be infinite, they gave me the ultimate smile by proving they know when it's time to finish.
Oh.
For making it to the end of this video, you've received yet another Bubba picture. Thank you so much for
Hi,
watching.
Bubba.
I don't normally make these kinds of videos talking about general gaming topics.
Yeah,
so
definitely
if you
a
want to
little
see
bit
more stuff like this, let me
Out
know.
of
In conclusion,
what I'm used to from Kelsey, but
holy shit, chest fell off, dead game. Let's get a swimsuit skin for the queen. That'll fix it.
okay, that was pretty good. Kelsey always kind of cooks on these. And I saw that one a few months ago when he uploaded it.